into that. But I mean, yeah, arguably they are. Yeah.
Thanks for coming to speak today. I'm wondering what inspires you to write a book? I mean, you weren't a writer before, right? So.
Well, it's funny, I did that first 7 jobs thing. Have people done that meme? You know what this is? Like, you're supposed to post, like, your first 7 jobs or whatever. And, like, the big reveal is my first job was actually as a journalism intern in South Florida in the mid-90s, actually. And so I really feel I've been a writer, like, faking being a technology guy, actually. And so the writing thing was always part of the intent to some degree. I mean, I think if, you know, it's a stretch for me to say I was under deep cover and I was like embedded in Facebook just to create the book, but to some degree that's somewhat true actually. And I always knew I'd write it. I mean, that's why the dates are all right and everything's documented, because I was taking notes throughout the course of the thing. So it was always in the back of my mind. But again, spoiler, at the end of the book I mentioned my mother dies, right? And that's like a trigger to like reevaluate your life. And you know, when that happens, you're like, well, what's on my bucket list? Well, writing this book, right? And the real reason, if you really want to know why, everyone asks why, maybe I'm taking one of your questions. You know, it was to document. I think we live in amazing times. Just to get a little grandiose for a moment. Like this is like what we're living through. Like think about this. Where's my phone? Right? Everything, all of human knowledge is now lives in that device, right? And your entire social life is now mediated by this. I mean, think about that. I'm old enough to remember not just no smartphones, no ubiquitous computing. Like I was raised in a library with fucking card catalog. You have to sit there and flip and find a thing, right? To realize where we are, it's just crazy, right? People will look back at our time and think of this like Gutenberg's printing press, or the Industrial Revolution or whatever, right? And you look around and nobody's documenting it, right? In my opinion, the last decent insider tell-all memoir is a book called Startup by Jerry Kaplan, and it's 20 years old, right? And it's really good. It's a good book, but it's really dated, right? And so I wanted to create to some degree that. And so that, you know, a century from now, people ask, what was it like back in the day? You know, this might be one of the dozen books that are sort of, you know, referred to. And so that's why I decided to commit professional suicide and write the book. Cool.